back to the channel. Today we're doing some MazdaSpeed 3 content. We're out here in my shop. We're going to be going over an update of where we're at on the Speed 3. It's been a minute since we've done any footage on it. There's been a couple of hiccups. I mentioned some things in the past videos if you heard that. But we also have a new mod that we installed on the car. So we're going to be showcasing that. So let's get into it. Hang tight. Hopefully when I become a big fancy YouTuber, I can afford a chair with wheels on it. I have my Corsos all over the place in here right now. They're hanging out in the shop. So anyways, you guys are going to interrupt this whole thing. So, where are we at on the MazdaSpeed 3? So unfortunately, about a week and a half before we left for Teledragon, which we went up there on September 26th. So it's been about a month now. About a week and a half, 2 weeks before we left for that trip, we did a mod day here at my house. We had everyone come over. We were helping each other install, different mods and stuff to our cars, members' cars, before we left for that trip. My car, the main issue I was encountering was I was having a major scrubbing issue on my rear driver's side tire. Brand new tires, and it was just cutting rubber like crazy. Didn't know if I ordered the wrong size tire, didn't know if I had the wrong offset, didn't know what we had going, and just it kept hitting that tire, and it got so bad when I tried to take the car to inspection, I literally drove it 50 feet down my driveway, and it just started taking giant cuts out of the tire. Immediately had to stop and really look at what's going on. So what we figured was our coilover adjustment height was wrong, so we needed to adjust that. So during the mod day, we had everyone come out, and my goal that day was I needed to adjust the ride height on the MazdaSpeed 3. I had it too low. I just needed to raise it up, put a stiffer setting on it afterwards. Problem solved. Unfortunately, we jacked with it all dang day. We have a bunch of footage. So some of this footage you guys are going to see on this stuff is going to be older footage from about a month ago when we did our mod day with my rally group, Street Kings Rally. In the process of doing that, when we started working on the coilover, we pulled the cover off where the coilover was and just adjusted it real quick. Thought we had it fixed, drove down, same thing, just hitting that tire constantly. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Then finally we're like, all right, we need to pull the whole back panel off and take a look in there to see what was going on. Because we had the coilover at that time put on its stiffest setting. And when we sat in the back seat and just tested it, like instantly it was just bouncing. It was just hitting the tire. There was no kind of compression there whatsoever. And no stiffness at all. No matter how stiff we made it, even when we made it as stiff as we could. So, with that being said, as I mentioned, we pulled the whole panel off, and when we got in there, the coilover was totally shot. There was oil everywhere. You could just tell it had failed. It was an older set of BC coilovers, racing coilovers. I hadn't put them on. They were on the car when I bought it. I had never really had a big issue, but honestly, I haven't driven the car in a while, and I hadn't really gave it much attention until we got to that point, and then when we saw it, that's when we realized it. So long story short, couldn't take it when we went to Teledragon. We actually ended up taking my 2015 Hellcat Challenger, and then we took my 2003 Cobra Mustang. Those were the two cars I took to Teledragon. I mentioned before in a video, they actually did fantastic. I was very, very impressed for what they were and how well they handled. So even being, the Hellcat, I know is a big girl, but it actually did really well. We had five or six Challengers with us on that rally, and they actually did a lot better. I think all of us were actually really surprised, including other members who were driving other cars were actually surprised that they did as well as they did. Now, obviously, a lot of them had modifications and stuff. My Hellcat's bone stock though. Anyways, so that's where we're at on the issue on the MazdaSpeed 3. We need to figure out a new coilover kit that we want to switch over to. I was looking at going back to BC Racing coilovers. I really like their stuff. I was looking at Corksport because they do a huge amount of work on all platforms Mazda, from the MS6, MS3s, the new Mazda stuff, Miatas, you name it. If it's a Mazda, they probably make something for your car, and I've heard really good things with them. And and they're one of the few companies that actively are coming out with new stuff for our cars. So want to support them any way I can because they've always been good with the brand. So since that happened, I was like, well, I want to at least get some other work done to the car. We ended up installing a new mod on the Mazda. They're already on. So, long story short, I'm going to show you guys what we have. It's really cool. We have not messed with fully completed the installation yet, and that's one of the other reasons why we haven't driven the car, because one, blown out coilover, two, we need to finish the installation of this other new mod. This is something that I knew I instantly wanted to have, and I'm really excited about having them on. They look phenomenal. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. I have a couple B-rolls that I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit after we show you what it is. It is by a company, the product is by a company called MazdaSpeed Racing. They're based here in Texas, so I always try to support local businesses. I like that. They do a lot of track event stuff as well, and I've heard really great things about their product. And yeah, so they're right down in El Paso, Texas. So whether you're in Texas or you're somewhere else, you should check them out. I'll have a link in their description. They make stuff for pretty much every platform of a car, and all their stuff is, they even do a lot of custom stuff. Even if you don't have something, or if you have something you don't see listed on their site, hit them up. I'm sure they can do something for you because they seem to be pretty good about it. If you're new here and you're unaware, we are doing a complete build series on my MazdaSpeed 3. We're actually going to be getting it set up to start doing a lot of the time attack racing and doing some of the super lap battle stuff they do here in the areas. And we're going to be doing some track day stuff with some of our members of the rally group. So we're getting this car set up for that. Obviously, one of the big things you always want when you get into track stuff is tires and suspension, brakes. All the power in the world won't help you if you can't stop and if you can't put it to the ground. And obviously with track racing, that's a totally different animal. Horsepower is not the key here normally. It's all your suspension, your tires, and brakes again. So you're getting into this stuff, make sure that's what you're focusing on. Don't focus on the wrong thing, because if you just go boatloads of power and you don't have all the other mods to help put that power down or help you go into those corners and whatnot, ain't gonna do a dang thing for you. So that's your lesson today. Alright guys, so this is what we have going on my car tonight. Me and Chase are going to be doing this once we help these other guys get finished up on their stuff. This is from MazdaSpeed Racing. So this is a racing company that's down in El Paso, Texas. They do all sorts of track racing, and they just so happen to make some phenomenal big brake kits and whatnot. They make them for all sorts of cars. Again, it's called MazdaSpeed Racing. They're in El Paso, so if you're local in Texas, definitely check them out. Or if you're out of state, also, they ship worldwide, so be sure to check them out too. But really, really, really nice brake kits. Cannot beat the quality of the stuff. You can personalize custom pretty much anything and everything you want. So, highly recommend. But we've already opened this box, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we got over here. So, first and foremost, this is just for the front, so this is a big brake kit for the front. And again, this is for my 2007 MazdaSpeed 3. We got steel braided brake lines, so we got that right there. And then we got the stuff that everyone really wants to see. So this is the two-piece rotors.
Here. These are some beefy ass rotors too.
Yeah, these things are phenomenal. Like,
if I were to just drop it on the table, it'd break the table.
Right?
They look really good though.
They have the machine work on those guys. I mean, it's just crazy nice.
Now you shouldn't have too much of an issue. One of the things that is worth noting on these, something a lot of people run into when they street drive brakes that are drilled like this is after time with fatigue, you will want to keep an eye on little micro cracking in between the holes. But honestly, with a kit like this, I wouldn't anticipate it being a problem. But yeah, that's just something to kind of keep an eye on. But yeah, these things look sick. And they shouldn't be hard to put on. I mean, the thing is, brakes.
Don't say that.
I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, generally speaking, brakes aren't that hard. And I brought my caliper spreader with me, which is absolutely a life changer. Like trying to do it with like a pry bar or trying to do it with like a fat screwdriver or something is such a pain. So
yeah. So we have that right there. That's some of the jewelry. Super nice piece, really clean. And then here's the last big piece. So as you guys know, we've been doing a lot of yellow accents for the Speed 3. So it only seems right to carry that. Take a look at those.
These are bright. These are like mega bright, dude.
The color on these is called tennis ball yellow.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna either guess tennis ball yellow or safety jacket yellow.
Right? OSHA violation yellow. But yeah.
Look at that. Dude, these look really good. And they're preloaded with the pads.
Yeah. I'll show you guys the top of them too. Like I said, just all the quality. I mean, it's...
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. Dude, yeah, these look really good.
Yep. And then, over here.
What's up?
So, obviously, it's going to be on the front, but just think of that with this wheel, the yellow that we already have carrying through on some of the accents on the wheels as well. It's going to be sick. It matches this one really well.
Yeah.
I wish I could have got it in that with this color, but...
Here, why don't you grab the caliper real quick and let's hold up like next to him. Yeah, that's pretty close. It's not exact, but yeah, that's close. It's definitely close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look cool.
I mean, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stops.
Hell yeah.
Especially for Tell the Dragon. So, this is current state of the car. Don't mind my gas cap. We have something coming up for that while that's off. But here we are. We went big brake kit. So, this is a 8-pot piston caliper. It is a 13.5-inch rotor, drilled and slotted rotor. They made the whole complete kit for me. The calipers are finished in what is called tennis ball yellow. It's kind of like a highlighter yellow. Really cool color. As you can tell, the yellow with the blue, I mean, it just pops. It looks phenomenal. So, really cool, though. I tell you, look at that. I mean, that is a big old beefy caliper for this little car, and that's a big rotor, too. It's darker over here. There we go. So, there they are. And again, they're by a company called MazdaSpeed Racing. But really, really nice kit. So that's the video. We now have the big brake kit from MazdaSpeed Racing. And it is on the car. It is set. Again, I didn't talk a whole lot in depth on what we still had remaining to do on it. So we still need to bleed them. And we need to get a couple other things a little kind of dialed in and whatnot. But they're on there. And they look, I know I said it a couple times, they look really good on there, you guys. I'm super happy. The quality of the product's really nice. I would, if you're looking for a good brake setup for your car, again, they make so much stuff for all sorts of platforms. Definitely a place to check out. This video is very spread out because, again, like that was like 2 weeks, week and a half before we were leaving for Tennessee. And then we were gone, and then we just got back. We were on vacation. As soon as we got done with that one, it was like 3 weeks after we got done from that. Came back, and we just got back from Mexico. We were down in Cozumel. Just got back from that like 2 days ago. My voice is shot. Came back, and
I think it was the weather change from being down there in Mexico and Cozumel to coming back into Texas, because down there is like 90 degrees still. Well, I come back to Texas, and when I land, it's like 45 degrees here. So my allergies just totally attacked me. I'm just recouping, but so if I sound a little bad, I'm sorry. Again, I know this video is kind of spaced out, but I wanted to get it out there and showcase and show you guys what we had done, as we still have been doing things. It's been a minute since I got the last upload up. I think it's been about 3 weeks, so my apologies on that. Again, we've just been traveling so much. We have more traveling coming up and trying to get ready for that and getting situated. And now it's the holiday season. Thanksgiving is next week. Crazy that we're already to that point of the year. Then you got Christmas, and the whole holiday season is full blown. So it's just jingle bells and everything going on right now. But we got some cool stuff coming up. We have a new car that is going to be showing up here that you guys are going to be seeing. Was totally unexpected. And it'll be showing up here in about, today's Thursday, so in about 3 days it'll be here. So we're going to be getting ready for that and show you guys what we have. And I hope you guys are excited and enjoy that once we show what we've got coming. But yeah, so as I've always said, stay hungry, feed on success. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, I can't stress enough, if you're willing to help me out, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We're like 560, just shy of 560 right now. Like, we can do this. I know it's November, but 450 members or subscribers is not hard to accomplish if everyone can just kind of help show the channel and get your friends, if you're in the cars, whatever, and send them on over to the channel and get them on here, because we need to hit that 1,000. Like, we're on the road to 1,000. When we hit the 1,000 subs, we're gonna be doing the giveaway. Someone will be getting a free pair of Oakleys on me. So we got that, and there's gonna be some other apparel and stuff that I'm gonna be putting up as well for giveaways. So got some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. But I think that's about it. I'm tired. My voice is shot, so sorry if I sound rough again. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.